All right, good afternoon, all. We're back to the CorelDraw class. Today we shall be looking into these topics: designing a letterhead and watermarking the logo. This is a sample of letterhead. This is our official letterhead. We might create something similar, not really necessarily, because we may not have the time to write all these tiny write-offs here. Okay, but we're going to design something very similar. Let me create another page. This is our logo, which has been created right from the beginning of the CorelDraw class, I think. And this is not the exact logo for CCR, but we just created something similar, really. So the first thing you need to do if you want to design a letterhead, you need to understand what we call margin. First thing, if you double click this, it surrounds your working environment, right? And then if you draw something like this, for example, let me say, for example, let me zoom it out. This is the property bar, and I wanted to form what we call margin. I want to give margin, for example, here, and then the top and bottom. But there's a need for it to be constant, right? Okay, the top margin should be same with bottom margin, left, right. So let me first of all, is it visible? You seen it, right? Okay, let me first of all change the centimeter to inches, and then I'm going to use I want to change this to 0.75 inch, or if I like 1 inch, for example, 1 inch to the left, right, bottom and top, 1 inch each. Sorry. Okay, this 1 inch and 1 inch here. But if you look at it very well, actually 1 inch is very big. Let it be 0.5. I wanted to get a margin 0.5, 0.5. I think this is okay. All right. Then from here, I can take it in by selecting the two CETL, T right. Okay. So with this now, I can hover my mouse around here to indicate the what. Okay, I know this is going to be too tiny for you. Let me zoom it out. I think it's visible. You see it here, right? So here I'm trying to get the margin. All right. This is the margin. You see we've got a margin of 2, right? Then CE. All right. I didn't select it. Select the two objects. CE. B. Selecting the two objects, you can select the first object, hold down your shift key and select the second object, and then it gives you what you want. Okay, so you save. It has been saved already. It has been saved. I'm resaving. Okay, this is the file where we demonstrated a lot of things here. If you can recall right from onset, I know everyone knows about these things we have been doing, right? So this is now a margin. Are you getting what we've done? This is not MS Word. If you do not do this margin and if you write something, maybe if you write maybe Cloud Soft, for example, and you give it a font, maybe you give it, say, can you see something? If you left it as it is, only CL and part of O will be printed because they are the only ones. Okay, only CLOU. The rest will not be printed. If you press F9, of course you see it at F9, but try to print Ctrl P. Control P, and you go to, let's say, current page, and then you come to where? Preview. Can you see how it's going to print it for you? So you need to be careful. You see, it has its own margin, but you won't see it from the text, from the environment, what we call from the printing area. But that is from the workspace where you're working. So that's why you need to do something like this. Give yourself margin and restrict. You stick to it. So let us write the company name, for example, or any company, anything. You can write, if you have a company, you create a letterhead for it. Or you create for your dad, for your mom, for your siblings, for everyone. Cloudsoft Consulting Limited, for example. So this should be the write-up at the top there. Let me take it 24 or 36. Then you zoom in for you to see what you're doing. You know, I just took it there. Let me centralize it. It's been centralized, right? Then let me take it in. I'll centralize it also here. You see, this is what I've written. Let me copy another one. I want to check for fonts. I want to get a good font. As I'm moving, can you see? You'll be seeing the write-ups changing, right? So maybe you look for a better font. Sometimes you need to buy font, or you need to download font online for you to have captivative fonts that are very good. Okay, let me use this one. Okay, please, there's something I want us to understand here. If I should, maybe I wanted to go by this, for example, and I've given it this color and the font size. You see, two formattings were done. We've changed the font color and we've changed the font style. Thank you. Then if I want to have the same all these formattings onto this, what do you do is click on this, drag it here. You see, when it changes to A, release. Can you see some things here? It says copy fill. If you want to copy only fill, you click copy outline. If only outline, copy all properties. If you want to copy everything, then you release. And then let's zoom out again. Can you see it has assumed this value? It was when I do that, I just saw something that we're supposed to discuss. I think let me quickly finish this. So now you see, this is an artistic test, right? Artistic test. Maybe this is not what we wanted. Let us do one kind of something here. Let me copy it. I wanted to introduce something for you. Okay. I want to create like kind of shadow and some designs here. Let me give outline color. But outline color I'll give to this. Let's say I've given it something like this. Can you see? You've seen it here, right? It's like it has gone with the something, right? Let me say this, and I want it the corner. I want the corner this way. Are we there? You're not there, right? Huh? I haven't finished what I'm doing yet. So for this now, I've given it a color. I'm going to match these two. Now this I've changed the color, the inner color of this. Or let's leave it as blue, and then I'll give this another color. I've given it white, outline color white. Maybe you understand if I do this. You understand what I've done here? Can you see I've given it an outline color, but the outline color is not all that it's not all that it's not boldly seen, right? If you click on the font and press F12, it tends to give you this. So this, let me select like 1.5 for it, or let's say 1, so it doesn't interfere with what I'm doing. And I'm going to change it from white to something. Let me change it to red. Please just keep seeing what I'm doing. it will give us something different from what you may think. So now I want to put this font at the back of this at the back of this. If I pick this like this and I press Control and the Shift key and I do this, you see instead this the one I took there goes back, right? So you press Control back, Control page down. You see page down in your something. Can you see something here? Control page down will take it down, or you right click and then you. So let me just introduce something here. I just added the font just a bit so you see it very clearly. And you see we just come up with something. I don't know. This one font, you know, if you do not do this, maybe you have to do a lot of operations for you to come up with something like this. I don't know if you understand what I did in group. Who understood what I did? It's like I created a shadow, right?
Yes.
Then maybe this is your what is it? I've just reduced it. Maybe you wanted something like this. The logo tends to be big. Who is this disturbing us? Well, answer your call. Or you put it on something. So it all depends what the design you're doing here or what you want. You understand? Then for the logo, let me ungroup because I've grouped it. I talk about watermarking. Yeah, you copy it and then you why this smoke? From outside, okay? If I increased if I want it at the center, I do this, right? Everyone knows what I've done, right? Huh? This is it. I want it at the center here. I click on it and I press Shift key and click on this. Then you press CE, it will be at the center. But you see this, if you write over here, it will interfere with what your write-ups. It will interfere. So let us keep this copy, and then this you convert it to bitmap. Go to bitmap and say convert to bitmap. Then it becomes one now. It becomes an image. Before you do that, there is a need for you to ungroup all. Then you highlight them, and then you go to bitmap, and then you do this and you bitmap it. Then you need to make it transparent. That's the watermarking we're talking about. You click on this transparency. Where is it? I think here. Click on this transparency, and then you come over here. If you say uniform, that means all, right? Then as you move in, it is fading. Is it?
Yes.
As you go back, it is coming out. So we need it faded, so it doesn't interfere with the write-up. I think this is okay, but it seems to be very big. CE. Okay. This I'm going to delete it. You see something is coming out now. At least as a beginner, when you do this, actually designing a letterhead is not a simple task. You need to take time. The time I designed this, it took me time to specify all these things and even the logo and the rest. So come over here and write the address. If you want to increase the font size for this, you can, or if you want to increase the size, it is no more in form of font now. You can do that. You drag here, for example. And then if you do that, maybe the logo also will be increased. Sometimes you see some letterheads with some lines above and below. Okay. For our own, you see the line is not straight. For the one for the company, the line is not straight. So if you want to do some kind of things, you increase the thickness maybe to 2, and you convert it to bitmap. Okay, most likely lines are not being converted to bitmap. Then you pick your shape tool, and maybe you want to do some touches here and here, and maybe here. Maybe you want to do something, maybe some designs. Convert to curves. Convert to curves and delete. You convert to curves and delete the what? The node. Then it gives you a shape. I don't know if you need something like this. I'm just citing an example. Okay, then probably you may introduce something. I don't know what to see. Okay, maybe. You see, these are designs. You could see some letterhead with things like this. Maybe it may not suit somebody. Of 12. I don't know. This seems not to be good, right? Huh? It's like it is not okay. Can you see? This is mirror. It was like this. You see, I'm just introducing you to how to go about design. Design is something you need to, first of all, understand what you want to do, then you start implementing. You see, this is mirror. It was like this. If you click, you see it turns. If you check it this way, it will turn again. So it all depends what you're doing. I'm not saying maybe you leave this one of them. If you like this one, or if you like any. Maybe for letterhead, for anyway, maybe I don't know if any company will agree with this your letterhead. For me, actually, it's not okay. I'm just telling you that you can do designs, you can do many things, right? Okay, yeah. Okay, please let me pull out the page we did cropping last week. Okay, I think it's here. This is the file we did cropping, and we did other designs as well. I just want to showcase something here. I just recall we haven't done it. Maybe let me copy this, and I'll take it to, or I can even do it here. Okay, so you see I opened 2 pages, right? Where is the other one? You have to come to window and then you click on it. Otherwise you will see, so unlike MS Word that when you open, you see it at the other side here. But you can also click on this and switch. So this is what we have done as a letterhead, for example. Then you write address, you do whatever. Actually, it's like I would remove this. It's not good to me. maybe you just have a straight line, you do whatever you want. This is our own here. It takes me time to do this actually. You type many characters of text here. So let me have another page here after, and this is what I've copied. I want to do something with it. This, I ask you to go and remove the background of your picture and give it a new background. I would have collected a new picture here instead of using this one. But then, if for example you want it inside here or inside here, that's power clipping. That's what we call it. You right click and move it here, release and power clip inside. You see, you're not seeing it, right? Hold down your control key and push in, click in, then you reduce the size. Sometimes if something is squaric, it's a form of a shape like cycle or something, you don't need to even crop. Maybe if this is what you want, you just it was when I right click when I was doing this, I just recall that we haven't done power clipping. So over here you have distortion, you have blend, there are many things you can use here, extrude and all that. I think the assignment given to you will necessitate you to use some of the tools over here. So please, you keep practicing, and I think we draw the curtain for CorelDraw here, and then you keep practicing. We send you a lot of many assignments that will really push you to learn many things from it. Question? Is there a question? You see all these fountain fills. For example, you have something here and you want to fill it, you can just come over here and pick any of the fills here. Select it first of all, come over here, select if you need texture or pattern fill or fountain fill or any, you click and then you give it the fill. These are very simple things. You give it, if you need it like this, you give it, then it will check that as what? As a background. Then you can right click to remove the what? The outline. And then you make your designs on top. If it is something that has to do with maybe many colors you want, maybe you click on here, come to the fountain fill, come to fill. These are interactive fills. Well, these ones are fountain. Let's see this interactive one. You select, let's say Konica, and then you give it colors you want. Then you see this is how it is. You can increase you can adjust it like this. You can adjust it even from here. You can do a lot of things, lot of designs. 2 color, this is preset, the linear something. This one is one linear, it goes this way. The other one is Konica, the one with like spring or something. And there is uniform. This one is uniform, which is one color, uniform color. And if you click on no fill, it is no fill. If you click on texture, you see this one is giving you bitmap something. And if you click on the texture color, it gives you this. There are a lot of many ones here. You can select and you have your designs done. But these are just colors or let's say backgrounds. They are nothing more than that. They are backgrounds. So that's why I said we should draw the curtain. I think we've done something in it, so we don't waste much time here. Then there is postscript here. You select anyone you select has a value here. Anyone you select has something to show. So these are all backgrounds. You crop the picture, put your background, put your picture in the new background. We haven't finished cropping the picture, and I ask you to do that. I think we're done. Unless if you have a question, ask question. And for the Bezier tool and freehand tool, you can use it to do your designs and all that. And I think that's all. We call it yes. Thank you for watching.